All right, so we have something cool called Study Notebooks in the Gemini app. You can think of it as your own personal tutor built right into Gemini. You can tell it what exactly you're trying to learn, and it puts together the lessons just for you. And it'll also test your existing knowledge before providing that guidance to you, right? And it could be anything, it could be a class, a quiz, or some sort of standardized test. So, what I did was I put it to test for a Google certification exam, and I used the official study guide and some of my handwritten notes. So I want to show you how all of that works, right? So that is how we will go deeper into this. But honestly, like when I was getting into this, I had two questions, and I probably feel that you may have the same ones, right? Number one, how is this different from just giving Gemini a detailed prompt, quiz me on this PDF and give the quiz in this particular format? And second, most importantly, can I not do all of this in Notebook LM? I'll answer both, but let's first see this thing working and then we will get to the answers towards the end of it. Okay? A quick disclaimer, all opinions are my own and do not belong to my employer. With that, let's get into it. All right, so I am in the Gemini app, and if you see here, this is the notebook side of the house, and this is the new tab, which is Study and Learn. Depending on what you choose, it would create a different pattern. So I'm going to use Study and Learn, and I'm just going to say Google Gen AI certification. Okay. Once I give this, it basically converts it into a simple prompt, and it says that what is your primary goal for the certification? I'm going to say that I'm looking to pass the exam. And then with that, I'm going to also upload a bunch of different things, right? Some handwritten notes, something like this. I'm also uploading the exam guide and the exam study guide. So I'm just going to add that right now. So I've uploaded all of these different files, both PDF as well as handwritten notes. And I'm just saying I'm looking to pass the exam, right? So that is really what I'm intending to do with this. So now what it is going to do is it is going to go through all of this, and it has created a notebook workflow for us. And this is pretty brand new. So once I click on this, you would see how it actually presents the overall strategy of learning whatever you're asking the help for. And in this case, how could I actually clear and pass the certification exam? So the idea is this really acts as a tutor, meaning it will quiz you on fundamentals. It will try to assess your existing baseline. And then once it is done that, it will continue to update and adjust. Okay, so let's click on View Updated Notebook and see what it has got for us. All right, so now this is a newish interface that they have created. So this is not Notebook LM, but this is within the Gemini app. You can see that there is a link to Notebook LM here as well, because what it is really doing is it is actually creating the notebook in parallel, but it is providing the experience directly in the Gemini app, right? Okay, there you go. Number one thing that is asking you to do is take the personalized test, right? So this will actually help it to really personalize your learning based on where you score, where you're weak, etc. But what it has also already done is it has provided some of the lessons that you can start with, right? So the fundamentals of Gen AI, Google Cloud's Gen AI offering, etc., right? In order for you to see the full experience, let's take the quiz. Okay, so what it is doing is based on the topics and stuff like that, it will generate like a baseline level of quiz. So the first one is enterprise wants to deploy an internal research assistant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly take the quiz and then come back and provide you the experience, right? So I'm just going to randomly select so that we can move pretty quickly. And you can see if someone has a deeper experience, it will understand which areas, and someone who doesn't have a deeper experience will also try to make sure we get that right. And there you go, right? So now what you're seeing is I've got a really low score, right? So it is saying that, okay, you've got 4 new strengths and 10 new focus areas, right? So like positive reinforcement. And then when you click on the updated notebook, then it gives you this view, which is very interesting. So now it is divided into fundamentals of Gen AI, Google Cloud Gen AI offering techniques to improve Gen AI model output, and the business strategies for a successful Gen AI solution. Now, if you look at the exam guide, right, those are exactly mapped to the sections over here, right? Which is very interesting because that's exactly how you would want to prepare for the certification. Now, within this, it is also providing like detailed scores. And then within each section, it is providing that you can go ahead and then learn these concepts. So I can click on an individual concept, and then it is looking at my exam's performance. And then it is helping me to learn this, right? So it is telling me that this is not a separate field, and this is from an exam perspective, this is a distinction. Again, core capabilities and multimodality, worked examples. And then it also provides you an opportunity to go ahead and review that subsection, right? And it's saying that, okay, score close to 80% to unlock a new strength. So this is again really cool way of having a positive reinforcement. So again, just answering randomly so that you can see like the real deal here, right? So again, so now you have scored and then a nice effort, but this isn't a strength yet. So it will want you to continue to do this because it wants us to score like 80%, right? So again, when you click on the updated notebook, it will come back. And if you would have cleared more than 80%, then it would have added that as a strength, right? So that's the idea. You will continue to keep doing this. And at any point in time, you can actually go ahead and open this in Notebook LM. And then you have the full capability to also generate all the other things. So you have the mind map, reports, video overview, and all of that, right? But this really, what you're seeing on the screen here is a beautiful experience within the Gemini app, which allows you to really go through the concepts very well. So like kind of almost like a full-blown application right within the Gemini app for you to really help prepare for whatever you're preparing. So I thought this was a very good addition. And then you can obviously like keep on adding multiple notebooks. So, if you're preparing for different types of exams, or even if you're preparing for anything for that matter, right? If you just want to understand the concept as well, you can just give that as the objective, right? So the objective is very important, and then it'll automatically prioritize how it wants to assess your learning. Now, the two questions that we had discussed in the beginning, right? So you can clearly see that there is a fundamental difference here between the normal chat conversation. And even if you like provided very clear instruction and what you're seeing over here, this is out of the box generated for you with sub lessons and scoring and multiple quizzes. And then it continuously improves, right? So this is like an agentic workflow built right into this. So it's very different from just providing like an instruction based prompt and then uploading like multiple PDF documents. I think you can clearly see that. And then think of this as like the other question was Notebook LM. So yes, you can do the quizzes and stuff like that in Notebook LM and do a lot more there. But I think the way it is structuring this and breaking it down into subtopics and then trying to assess your baseline and then help you to get to the next level, and they're calling it as strengths and focus areas. I think that's pretty cool, right? So this is really how you should be coached, and this will really enable an accelerated learning path. So I feel Notebook LM is a great companion to this, but this is like an additional layer on top of it, which makes your learning system much more smarter and stronger. So I hope this was helpful, and this will help you in your productivity journey and personal journey on learning whatever you're trying to learn. Okay. If you have any questions on this, please let me know in the comment section. As always, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.